Good morning, mathematicians, and welcome to class today. I'm Miss Barnes, and this lesson is designed with students in pre-K and kindergarten in mind. Friends, today is a very exciting day. This is the first time we're going to work with numbers that are bigger than 10. That means we won't be able to count them on our fingers. We'll have to use our toes too. So today we're going to be working on the numbers 11 and 12. And as we work on those numbers, you're going to need a notebook, a piece of paper, something to write on, and a marker, a pencil, a crayon, something to write with. So take a couple seconds now, pause this video if you need to, go grab your materials, and let's get ready to learn. Friends, I have a problem. Look at the mess on my board. I need to know how many squares I have here. But right now, I can't do anything with them. Can you help me organize them so that I can count and write the number of objects here on my board? You will? Awesome, thanks. So the first thing that we need to do today is we need to count the number of objects on my board. So at the top here, I'm going to write the word count because we are going to practice our counting first. So as I'm counting, what I have to do is take each of my manipulatives and move them. That way I know that I have already counted them. Are you ready to practice with me? I'm going to put my finger on the first manipulative and move it. And I want you to count with me. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great job! So now we know I have 11 squares. Thanks for your help. We're going to practice counting those one more time. And this time, I'm going to write the number, the numeral, below the square as we count it. This will be really important later, so make sure you're helping me out here. You ready? Let's count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Great job, friends. Thanks for helping me count those. But now I need to practice writing the number 11. So we're going to practice writing 11 in two ways. We are going to write the numeral and we're going to write the number word. Are you ready? So take your pencil, I have my marker. Take your pencil, take your crayon, take your colored pencil, whatever you have, and put it in your hand and get ready to write. We start in the sky with 11 and we go down to the ground, okay? So let's write it here. Are you ready? Start at the sky, go down to the ground. That is the number 1. Now the number 11 has 2 ones in it, so let's write another. Start at the sky, go down to the ground, and that's the number 11. Great job. Now let's practice writing the word 11. It's a little bit longer than some of the other number names we have. It starts with an E, L, E, V, E, N. 11. If you know how to write your E's, this is a great word to practice writing. E-L-E-V-E-N, 11. Good job. Now the last thing we're going to practice today is modeling the number 11. So when we work on modeling the number 11, we're going to use two methods, a 10 frame and a number bond. So when we're using a 10 frame, we know that we are going to need 2. Because a full 10 frame equals how many? That's right, 10. So we know 11 is more than 10. So we're going to make 2 10 frames. All done. So I know my 10 frames aren't very even. That's because I'm drawing them by hand. You may still have your 10 frame at home that we made a couple weeks ago, and if you do, great, use that. Mine are a little uneven because I drew them. So when we talk about a 10 frame, we're going to move our squares from the top of our board into our 10 frame so that we can talk about how many we have, okay? So I'm gonna do that now. There, all done. Now let's talk about how many we have. So I know that 11 is the same as 10. That's how many we have here. So this is 10 ones. And then how many leftovers do I have? Do you see some extra? That's right. We know that 11 is 10 ones and 1 1. So 11 is the same as 1 10 and 1 1, or 10 ones and 1 1. Great job. Take a moment now to erase and reorganize your space, and we're going to work on the number 12. All right, friends, are you ready for our next mystery number? I have a new set of manipulatives on my board that need to be organized and counted. Can you help me? Great. So the first thing we're going to do is count. I'm going to use my finger to move the squares, and you are going to count with me. Are you ready? Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job! There are 12 squares on my board. Now we're going to practice counting them again, and I'm going to write the numerals as we do. Are you ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but how do I write the number 12? Can you help me? Let's practice. How do we write the number 12? I'll put a blank here because we'll come back and fill that in. Now let's think about this. When I wrote the number 11, I had 1 1 next to another 1. This is the number 11. How do I write the number 12? If you said a 1 and a 2, you're correct. Great job. So we're going to practice writing the number 12 right here. The number 1 we know starts in the sky and goes to the ground in a straight line. Ready? 1. That's the number 1. Now the number 2 is a little harder. It has a curvy top, slants diagonal, and then has a straight line. That's the number 2. This together is the numeral 12. Great job. Now let's write the word. T W E L V E. 12. Great job. Thanks for your help there. Now I can go back to my counting sequence on the top and I can fill in the number 12 because I know that the number 12 is 1 1 next to a 2 because I have 12. The last thing we're going to do is model the number and talk about how many we have. So draw your 10 frames or grab the 10 frame that you've been using and let's reorganize our counters. Perfect, all set. Now my question for you is how many do we have? I have 2 groups, 2 10 frames. 1 full 10 frame is how many? If you said 10 ones, you're correct. If you also said 1 10, you're correct. Great job. Now how many leftovers do we have? Let's count them. 1, 2. I have 2 ones left over. So I know that 12 is the same as 10 ones and 2 ones, or the same as 10, 1 10, and 2 ones. Great job on your math today, friends. My challenge to you is to take 11 and 12 and work on finding missing parts. If you have 4, how many more do you need to get to 11? If you have 6, how many more do you need to get to 12? Remember, we practiced this last week when we were finding missing parts of 10. It's been my pleasure to have you in class today. Get ready for science with Miss Schumacher, and I'll see you next week.